extraction for the mature fields. And secondly, conduct regular training and capacity building workshops for operational staff to address technical issues effectively. The third recommendation is that there's need to develop a comprehensive strategy for integrating renewable energy sources with traditional oil production to ensure a balanced energy transition. And the third point, under 5, is to promote environmental sustainability in exploration and production practices to mitigate impacts on local communities. The sixth recommendation is on facilitate legislative and regulatory reforms. The first point is to reassess the legal framework surrounding petroleum exploration and production in order to eliminate ambiguities and enhance clarity. And secondly, establish a consultative process involving all stakeholders in the development and implementation of new regulations or policies. The seventh recommendation is on increased funding for exploration activities. There's need to create incentives to financial institutions in order to invest in exploration and production activities despite the energy transition concerns. And secondly, development government-backed funding mechanisms for exploratory activities to attract investment in underexplored areas. The eighth recommendation is focus on gas reserves development. Number 1, revisit and implement the gas master plan to capitalize on underutilized gas reserves for national energy security and revenue generation. Secondly, invest in infrastructure for gas distribution to facilitate access and utilization across the country. The ninth recommendation, improve stakeholders' engagement. Number 1, establish regular reforms for dialogue among industry stakeholders, government, and civil society to address concerns and share insights. And secondly, foster a culture of transparency and accountability in government operations related to oil and gas action. So these are the 9 recommendations and action points to address the decline. And moving forward, there's need really to reverse the decline. Ghana needs to diversify its economy. It needs to diversify its economy further and sustainably manage petroleum resources and promote renewable energy alongside ongoing investments in the upstream oil and gas industry. And finally, by following these recommendations and action points, stakeholders can work collaboratively to address the challenge facing Ghana's crude oil production, ensuring a sustainable and prosperous future for the sector and for Ghana. That is the end of our communique. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, are we done? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Emerita Adefiu Shandov, PIAC Chair. Let me escort you. Thank you very much. Please, let's clap for them one more time. We have Ghana Gas, we have GNPC, we have KNUST Petroleum Commission. So we are gradually getting to the end of today's session and the end of the 2-day workshop. At this time, I will invite Dr. Chair, Dr. Thomas Kofi Menu, to come and give his closing remarks, after which we have the vote of thanks, we pray, and we go. Let's clap for Dr. Thomas Menu.
Well, I hope you are not sleeping after lunch, a very nice lunch. My job is simple this time. I think you all agree with me that we've had 2 days of very vigorous, honest, and constructive discussion on the topic. And I appreciate that all of us put in our best. And to the extent that the room is still full at this time, it's a testimony to the participatory approach that was adopted. 2 issues. 1, the communique has been read, and I take it that accepted and issued. The communique has been read, accepted, and issued.
Yes.
The critical question we should ask ourselves is, how are we going to get these implemented? And we need to implement all the recommendations that have been read ASAP.